go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
What's up? What's good? Good evening, and welcome to AllAboutSports216 Cleveland Browns post-game show with me, Keith Allen, on this Sunday evening, early Sunday evening, in which the Cleveland Browns took it on the chin to the San Francisco 49ers, what was the final score? Was it 26-8? The 49ers move up to 9-4 in 7th place in the NFC in the playoff race. The Cleveland Browns fall to 3-9. All I can say today is our special teams units are horrible. That's all I can say. Our special team units are horrible. And somebody has to be held accountable for the shoddy special teams out there. But our special teams are horrible. Nothing more, nothing less. For those of y'all that want to comment on the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at me. Not going to take much of your time today. Because this is actually a game the Browns could have won. They could have pulled this game out. Because McCaffrey didn't do too much. But the one thing that the Browns special team units have done all year long is put our defense at an entirely disadvantage. You can't keep putting the defense on a short field and expect, especially when it comes to better teams, not to take advantage. You just can't keep doing that. And our special teams, Lord. Our special teams has to be the worst in the NFL. For real. They just have to be the worst in the NFL. Because, man, you allow a 66-yard punt return in the first half, which led to a touchdown. Then, a mental mistake by Corley by catching the ball where it's going to the sideline and going out of bounds where you probably would have had the ball at the 40. Instead, you catch the ball and go out of bounds. And you have the ball at the 6-yard line, which puts you at risk because you have a rookie quarterback. So basically, you're just trying to survive without turning the ball over. Then, Gage Larvadan fumbles the punt return. Ball hits him right in the stomach. And guess what? San Francisco scores right after that. So, like I said, this game was in the balance, but the Browns' special teams gave it away. And you can't overcome stuff like that. Not against better teams. Not against better teams. Far as, let's see. And the crazy part is the running game was there today. The running game was there. Quinshon Judkins was doing his thing. The running game was there. Shador was okay. He was okay. He didn't lose the game. It wasn't his fault. He didn't lose the game. But if you look at the Browns' rushing yards, Quinshon Judkins had 91 yards on 23 carries compared to Chris McCaffrey, 20 carries on 53 yards. But the difference was the turnovers. 2 turnovers, fumble punt, then Harold Fannin fumbled the snap deep in Browns territory on 4th down. Disastrous. Now my thing is this. I don't know what's the fanaticism with going for it on 4th down deep in your own territory and you got a rookie quarterback. Went for it on 4th down earlier, you got stuffed. Offensive line. Offensive line. They didn't even have a chance on that 4th and 1 play with Judkins. Because the offensive line was in the backfield. But I can give you some stats. Total yards. San Francisco, 252. Cleveland Browns, 253. Turnovers, which made the difference in the game. San Francisco, no turnovers. The Browns, 2. First down, San Francisco 19, Cleveland 15. Penalties, San Francisco 3 penalties for 11 yards. The Browns 4 for 25. Third down, which kind of killed the Browns too on defense. San Francisco was 11 of 17 on third down. The Browns were 3 of 11. And fourth down, the Browns was 0 for 4. Red zone, San Francisco 3 times out of 5 in the red zone, thanks to our special teams. In turnovers, time of possession was literally even. 30 minutes, 10 seconds for the 49ers, 29 minutes and 50 seconds for the Browns, which led to a San Francisco 26-8 win. Some of the game leaders, Brock Purdy was 16-29 for 168 yards and 1 TD. Shador Sanders for the Browns was 16-25, which I said he'd probably go. 1 TD for 149 yards. Greg Kittle led San Francisco in receiving, 4 receptions for 67 yards. Harold Fannin led the Browns in receiving, 3 receptions, 43 yards, 1 TD. Myles Garrett got 1 sack. C. Farrell for San Francisco got 2 sacks. And C. Farrell for San Francisco had 9 tackles, 6 solo. And Carson Schwarzenegger for the Browns had 10 tackles, 5 solo. Like I said, this is a game where you can't keep putting your defense on short fields and expect just because you got the number 1 or number 2 ranked defense to always come through. Short field against good teams like San Francisco and a few others will kill you. Will definitely kill you. Special teams blunders, allowing big kickoff allowing long, huge punt returns, fumbling the snap, then going forward on fourth in your own territory and try to get tricky and player fumbles the ball, fumbles the snap. Those will kill you against good teams. Because truthfully, the Browns gave San Francisco everything that they got. Just like it was when the Browns played the Jets. They gave them everything they had. Courtesy of the Browns. All I'm going to say is I don't know what they're going to do in the off-season, but somebody is going to have to be held accountable for the special teams. Probably won't have nothing happen now since it's during the season. They'll probably play the rest of the season out. But I expect changes big time on this team heading forward into 2026. I expect changes. Shador looked it okay. He looked it okay. He damn sure didn't lose the game. That's for sure. He looked it okay. But with the wins and everything, how they was outside, this was a game really where you rely on the run game, your defense, and unfortunately your special teams, but your special teams let you down in this game. Special teams let the Browns down in this game big time. 3 mistakes. 3 huge mistakes. Because a game like today where the elements is crazy, you could tell in the first quarter when Shador had Jerry Jeudy wide open and he overthrew him. The wind took over the ball and you knew right there that throwing was going to be at a premium. But Shador did throw a nice pass to Harold Fannin for a touchdown. But that wasn't on the windy side of the field. But in a game like today, this is a game where you rely on your defense. Really all 3 phases of the game. You rely on your defense, you run the ball. And the Browns ran the ball pretty effectively, to be honest. They ran the ball pretty effectively. Just special teams let them down. All I can say, special teams let them down. Because the Browns ran for... Can't say here. But the Browns' run game was effective. Quinshon Judkins had 91 yards. Dylan Sampson had a few carries for some good gains. The Browns, this was the type of game that should have been like a 9-8, 10-8 game. Should have been a 9-8, 10-8 game, but such wasn't the case. San Francisco pulls it out 26-8. Cleveland Browns fall to 3-9 next week. The Cleveland Browns will take on the Tennessee Titans. It was already announced Shador will be the starter next week. He'll be going up against Cam Ward, the number 1 pick in the draft. Imagine that. But Tennessee has the worst record in the league and everything. But right now, as the Cleveland Browns, they can't discount anything. Because, hey, the Jets was terrible. We gave up 2 special team touchdowns to the Jets. And to be honest, this San Francisco team could have been had. But your special teams gave it away. And that 1 turnover going forward on the 4th down in your own side of the field, you can't overcome mistakes like that. You cannot. But anyway, the Browns do play the Tennessee Titans next week. They'll be 3-9. And we'll see what happens and everything. Shadur Sanders was, like I said, he was okay. He was okay. He wasn't great, and he wasn't bad, and he wasn't the reason why the Browns lost the game. Wasn't the reason why the Browns lost the game and everything. If special teams could have helped the Browns out, who knows? He might have been talking about the Browns' victory and stuff. So, it is what it is. Another loss. 3-9 on the season. Myles Garrett did get his 19th sack of the season. He came close a couple more times. But Brock Purdy turned into a magician getting rid of the ball. But Myles Garrett did get his 19th sack of the season. And really, there's really not much really else to say. Honestly, other than the Browns lost, where, special teams really killed them. Killed them. Killed them to the max. Like I said, somebody will be held accountable at the end of the year and everything. So it is what it is. Thing I found crazy was when the Browns were down 26-8 and the Browns were calling timeouts on defense. Game already in doubt. Why? Why? But anyway, I guess that's the life of being a Browns fan, huh? Life of being a Browns fan. But we can go through some scores. NFL games this weekend. Let's see what we got. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the Tennessee Titans 25-3. The Bills and the Steelers are scoreless with 3:27 left in the first quarter. The Chargers are up on the Raiders 7-0 with 1:55 left in the first quarter. The Miami Dolphins are up. Wait a minute. Nope, let me read that wrong. The Seattle Seahawks are up over the Minnesota Vikings 3-0 with 7:13 left in the second quarter. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were victorious today as they defeated the Arizona Cardinals 20-17. The Miami Dolphins, Lord, that team has changed since the Browns played them. Defeated the New Orleans Saints 21-17. The Houston Texans have defeated the Indianapolis Colts 20-16. They done won 4 in a row. And the Carolina Panthers defeated the mighty Los Angeles Rams 31-28. One thing about the Carolina Panthers is they are a different team when they're at home as opposed to when they play on the road. The Panthers are a different team at home for sure and everything. On my thing, as far as my quick picks, now I'm 2-3 on the week. I picked Buffalo to defeat Pittsburgh today. We'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens. Anybody for any chats? Anybody holler at me? Say what's up to me before I get up off of here. Next week, the Browns do play the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward against Shadur Sanders. That would be an interesting matchup. That would be an interesting matchup and everything. Definitely an interesting matchup. Also, like I said, if you ain't got nothing to do, check out the Cavs. Their Cavs will be playing in about an hour. They play the Boston Celtics. Should be an interesting battle against Boston. Ohio State defeated Michigan yesterday. Defeated the Wolverines 27-9. Defeated them soundly. Hey, I'm good. Just going through the motions. The Browns lost. Nothing new. But hey, there's always next week. And we got Tennessee. So hopefully we'll get a different result. Ricky Albrecht, we'll definitely get a different result. Thanks for tuning in, big dog. Thank you. Um, okay. Yeah. Ohio State will play Indiana in the Big Ten Championship. Both teams undefeated. And you'll probably be watching the first pick of the draft, Mendoza, the quarterback, and probably one of the better quarterbacks in the country, Julian Sand. So it's Julian Sand against Mendoza. Should be an interesting battle. Very interesting battle. Can't wait till next Saturday. Matter of fact, also I want to give a shout out to Glenville Tarblooders. Glenville Tarblooders will be going to the state championship game this Friday as they take on Shelby. Game is at 10:30 in Canton. 10:30 in the morning Friday in Canton. Go Tarblooders. Also, shout out to Avon. Avon will be defending their state title as well in Division 2. And I think Kirtland is going also in Division 6. 5, I think Division 6, I think Kirtland is going also as well. So, shout out to the local teams up here up north. Bring them state titles back up north this year, y'all. Good luck to all y'all. Like I said, and the Browns lost again. Lose. But hey, what can you say and everything? San Francisco is a good team, quality opponent. Definitely be a different way to go and everything. Shador didn't look bad. He didn't look bad and everything, you know. Considering the weather conditions, he did okay. Considering the weather conditions, he did okay. But like I said, this team, if you thinking about drafting another quarterback next year and putting them in this mess as installed with offensive line, you ain't got no offensive line for real. It's a turnstile at tackle because Conklin went out again. What's new? I mean, Conklin went out again. What's new? And everything. They got a next draft. They should get receivers and linemen. You could draft a receiver in the first round, lineman in the first round, lineman in the second round, receiver in the third round. Keep alternating receivers and linemen. And if you're going to give Shador a shot, give him the whole offseason. And develop the playbook around him and see what happens. And definitely see what happens. Other than that, really don't have much more to say and everything. You know, it was just one of those games where it is what it is. Browns took it on the chin and everything thanks to special teams. Can't keep putting your defense in bad and short fields. You can't. You can't. Because good teams will take advantage. And that's what we saw today. The 49ers took advantage of the Browns' miscues. And the weather game, really, the game was a weather game. To be honest, it was a weather game. Who will make the most mistakes? And that was the Browns. And in result, Cleveland Browns lose 26-8. But anyway, I'm about to get off of here and everything. Everybody, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Wonderful holiday weekend. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend. And I hope a lot of your people reached out to your folks and kicked it with your families or whatnot. later and kicked it with your families or whatnot and everything. I hope everybody did that. And may everybody have a productive and solid week coming ahead and everything. This is your man, Keith Allen, signing out. Unfortunately, the Browns didn't go our way, but hey, there's always next week. There's always next week. And also, you can root on the Cavs today. Like I said, good luck to Glenville, Avon, Kirtland. All should be playing in the state championship games this upcoming weekend. Good luck to them all. Get them victories. Bring them titles back up. Back up north. Definitely bring them state titles back up north this year. Ohio State, next week, they will be facing the Indiana Hoosiers. Battle of the Titans of the Big Ten supremacy. Shout out to Ohio State. They did the thing against Michigan. And they actually beat Michigan up. For real. They did what they do. They did what they normally do, and they got physical on Michigan. What a good thing. Beautiful thing. But anyway, this your man Keith Allen signing off. Y'all have a good week. Be safe. Be prosperous. And I will holler at y'all Thursday when All About Sports 216, the show, comes on Thursday at 6 p.m. This is your man Keith Allen for All About Sports 216, Cleveland Browns post-game show, even though I got pre-game show at the bottom, mistype. But signing out, everybody have a good week. Be safe, be merry, keep the Lord first, and I'm out. Peace. Go Browns.
Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.